Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for June 2022. This is a general reading, so feel free to take whatever resonates and leave behind for others whatever does not. To get a deeper view of what lies ahead this month, check out your readings for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. We are going to start off with a Celtic Cross reading and close with an oracle message. So here, in the current situation, you have Temperance, what crosses or complements Hanged Man. Above, in the conscious mind, you have Knight of Swords. Below, in the unconscious, you have Two of Wands. In the past, Five of Swords. In the near future, Emperor. Your attitude to the situation, Queen of Wands. Your environment, Two of Cups. Hopes and fears, Eight of Cups. And the long-term outcome, you have Judgment. So, seems here that the Temperance card is a sense of kind of balance and taking experiences from your past, blending them with the present, and figuring out what to make of your future. In the Hangman, it's a sense of sacrifice, suspension, possibly some delays that you've been experiencing that are kind of there to provide an opportunity to see things from a different perspective. And the Hangman is before the Death card, which is the card of transformation and transition and loss. So with the Hangman, it's almost kind of preparing for that transformation. You can see it's almost like a cocoon. And the Death card is typically likened to the butterfly in that transformation. So it's as if this Hangman is preparing for that transformation. In the conscious mind with the Knight of Swords, it seems like there is just kind of like fast moving communications, thoughts, jumping into action. And so here with the Temperance and the Hangman, it's about peace, sense of patience, sense of really being opposite of the Knight of Swords type of energy. And what could be, prompting it with, working in the background is this Two of Wands, is perhaps wanting something different, wanting to do things in a different way than have been done before. And in the past, we have this Five of Swords, which is a sense of winning at all costs, rushing into action and just cutting everything down that's in the way. It is a sense of false victory, not knowing when to walk away from a lose-lose situation. And really, it leaves kind of a sense of instability and chaos that maybe was trying to be avoided in the first place. With the Queen of Wands being the attitude of the situation, the Queen of Wands is also more of an active type of energy, but they also have a sense of mystery about them. They are they're fine to do things at their own pace, at their own time, because they are constantly pursuing their own truth. They are not following anyone else's lead but their own. And in terms of your environment here with the Two of Cups, environment is supposed to reflect things that are external to you, though they are influencing factors. With the Two of Cups, it is a sense of, balance. It's a sense of unity, working together, communicating desires, and really working together to create something. So here it's the Knight of Swords is kind of do it themselves type of energy, just slightly just rushing in. And the Two of Cups really is, has to think of others besides themselves. So here in the hopes and fears, you have the Eight of Cups. And this is contemplation of, leaving something behind that may not be for the best and highest good. And it might be a temporary withdrawal from a situation to kind of see if it's worth walking away from entirely, or it might, be just a walking away. In the near future with this Emperor card, it is a sense of doing things according to like tradition, not necessarily rocking the boat, having a sense of, authority and power, but there's not a need to rush. The Emperor is also about having healthy boundaries and allocating tasks to other people. And with the long-term outcome, this Judgment card, it seems that all this is to get you to a point of honestly reflecting on your past, on your past behaviors, decisions, actions, attitudes, to see, what's for your best and highest good, what to let go of, what to embrace going forward, accepting the things in the past, and to the point of just recognizing you can't change the past and you can't live in the past, and you can only make changes for the future. So here with the Judgment card, it's an opportunity to, for a rebirth. So in a way, it's not like the Death card in the sense of a transformation needing to take place. This is for you to decide, but it's also, will you kind of accept the call? Will you leave what you've known to experience something new? So let's take a look at the Five of Swords here, because that kind of gives us an indication of your past and what to reflect on. So we have Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is just kind of forward movement. Things are just happening. So in the past, if you have, been used to like jumping in and trying to fix things or solve problems or make things right and didn't have all the information, you just kind of went and, did whatever you felt you needed to do until there was nothing left to do without really questioning. And that could be, you know, possibly even how you talk to people, maybe not even being too considerate about how they'd feel about something to kind of soften the blow, or, you know, criticisms without there being any constructive feedback. So let's take a look at, actually, let's take a look at the Knight of Swords, because the Knight of Swords is also this kind of fast-moving energy, just kind of jumping into something. Maybe they don't even have like a time to get grounded, to figure out the entire plan of something. You have the Eight of Cups, which is in the hopes and fears. So with the Eight of Cups, it is that time of contemplation, to think about what you've invested in that you need to walk away from. So it could be that there is some type of way that you react to certain things, where if this is someone else wanting to leave a situation, not wanting to go along with something that you want to do or something, maybe you don't even want to allow time for yourself or others to consider why it's not a good idea, so you just jump into doing something. So let's take a look at the Eight of Cups and your hopes and fears. I want this card for some reason. King of Pentacles. So this is an, you know, if it's an individual that you know, it is a sense of having authority, having knowledge, having that respect, and being able to protect themselves and protect others. So in terms of the Eight of Cups being in your hopes and fears, it's almost as if that you're trying to do the right thing, or trying to be someone who has authority and has the background for it. And it could be that with this Eight of Cups being in your hopes and fears, you don't want to seem like you're backing down from anything. You don't want to seem like you're backing down from a challenge, even if you've made decisions that probably aren't great. You probably are someone who maybe wants to overcompensate for a sense of not being sure, or possibly changing your mind a lot. And so you want to give that impression of stability, of structure. So let's take a look at what's happening here, because it seems like there are these cards of like, hey, let's just go, let's just make this happen, versus like, let's just stop and ponder. So let's take a look at the Temperance card here. Ace of Wands. So there's something that has happened where it's kind of caused a need to slow down and look at this new opportunity and new beginning. What's interesting is I made the comment about the hangman being kind of like the cocoon for the butterfly, and here you have like a butterfly in this Ace of Wands. So let's take a look at that hangman. You have the Five of Swords. So it's as if there is an opportunity that has really kind of slowed things down, and it's giving you the opportunity to look at things at, why is it that the Five of Swords is showing up twice and the Eight of Cups has showed up twice? Like, the fives have to do with instability. Maybe it has to do with how you handle instability or why it feels uncomfortable for you. And to some degree, I'm kind of wondering if there is maybe like issues of abandonment. And so that's why you want to keep pursuing things, is that you maybe overcompensating for some type of issue of abandonment here. Let's take a look at the Two of Wands in the unconscious. Six of Wands. So it's almost as if there is a knowing working in the background that if you do something a different way, if you pursue this new, this Ace of Wands, this new opportunity to really pursue an idea, pursue a new relationship, a new job, a new potential for creating an identity, that it will lead to victory. It will lead to others recognizing your accomplishment and celebrating that. So let's see what's up with the Queen of Wands here in your attitude of the situation. You have Four of Cups, and this is another card of kind of contemplation. And it can be of like, melancholy or apathy, not getting what you want. But it's almost as if you are aware that in not getting what you want, there's something else that you can learn from it. The Five of Swords is making sure you get what you think you want, but the outcome is not good for anybody. The Four of Cups is being like narrowly focused on something where this kid doesn't even see this magical mermaid offering another cup. So with it's almost as if there is some understanding that the reason why there needs to be a slowdown, maybe, maybe this hangman situation and this temperance situation is like, you were physically running after something and you hurt yourself, and now you're like healing and mending, and it's like causing you to think about why things happened, and why were you running, why did you trip, why didn't you see what you were tripping over, like type of thing. And here with the Queen of Wands, it's almost as if there is a desire to bring out all of the negative aspects during this time, because Queen of Wands is like, I have nothing to hide. I am who I am. I'm not going to apologize for anything. If you want to show me, something that I don't know, well, then try to impress me. Try to shock me. Try to amaze me. And with a Four of Cups, it's just a sense of having a sense of gratitude is important. Being able to appreciate the things around you and appreciate the small things, because you never know when something, you'll overlook something that's pretty amazing, and maybe in past you've cut down things that you thought were insignificant, not important, and you've recognized that you didn't really give it the weight that it should. So here in the Two of Cups, your environment, it seems like you are surrounded by those who are at least demonstrating this concept of partnership and working together, and being aware of how they communicate with themselves, each other, and caring about others. So let me see what this card is. You have the Five of Wands. And with the Five of Wands, it's another card of, conflict, chaos. But unlike the Five of Swords, this is more of an understanding that there's just different goals involved, and each individual is trying to pursue a goal, idea, priority that they have, and they're not trying to diminish your priorities or ideas. They're just trying to get on the same page, and there's not the awareness of what the others are doing. So it's just kind of minor annoyances, and there needs to be some structure in order to be aware of hey, there's some conflict here, there's some disorder, let's kind of take time, let me find out what you want, and then I can tell you what I want. So here in your environment, it seems like this compassion for other people, compassion for even yourself. If this could be internal desires and conflicts even that are not aligned. They're not really, it's not clear what comes first. And here it might be a need to kind of follow this concept of equal give and take, compassion, being willing to communicate, even if you think someone else's ideas aren't really worthy of being communicated. So let's take a look at the near future with the Emperor, which is kind of about authority and power and boundaries. So let's see what we have there. You have the Chariot. So it seems that you're going to need to have some structure and authority about how you pursue things. It's going to be like this energy of the Knight of Swords is similar to this energy of the Chariot. I would say slight difference is for the Chariot, there is a plan, there is a destination, there is that awareness of potential dangers and awareness of the environment, and asking the question of what is it that the person driving the Chariot wants to accomplish. And there's structure there. So it's going to be that it's almost as if you're going to need to implement some structure and authority over how you pursue something in the future. Actually having a plan, actually recognizing the path to get there, how to blend together opposing energies. In the traditional Chariot, there's the black and white sphinxes, and that is supposed to indicate like opposing energies or opposing factors, where the person driving the Chariot has been able to blend those together and get them to work together to advance, the Chariot towards the goal. So it seems that that will be happening in the near future. And the outcome with this Judgment card, let's take a look at where that leads. It leads back to this Temperance. So it leads back to a place of balance, a place of, patience and healing, and possibly even, recognizing that there needs to be a connection between yourself and something greater than yourself, like that awareness. So let's take a look here at an oracle card to see which animal totem guides you through the month. You have this cougar, assertive. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. So what's interesting about this cougar is it talks about silence finding power. The cougar here, doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. It's kind of like the Queen of Wands, and it is a sense of needing awareness, or being aware. And I would say for the cougar, the cougar has power. They know they have power. It's how to wield that power is the question. And it's as if you are trying to be a leader and trying to get to that position of leadership, and there's certain things that you need to kind of let go of that aren't for your best and highest good, and to set up those boundaries so that you can protect what you care about and what really matters. And doing things not in a rush, like sloppy, chaotic, disorganized way, but doing it in a more like graceful way where you can, rule with silence, where you don't have to bring out the big guns, where you have this sense of authority about you, where you don't need to, show that, or like tell people you have power. There is a desire to follow you because of your confidence, because of your ability to reason and be aware of your environment and consider everyone involved, the big, the small, and they'll follow you for that reason, not because you rushed into action or you were able to, cut everything down along the way. So I'm hoping that this provides a helpful perspective of the month, and we'll see you next time. Take care.